In this video, we're going to be comparing the Adidas Supernova against the Hoka Mach 6. Welcome everybody to 40 Runs. My name is Chris Ford and I'm a running coach who loves to talk about running shoes here on YouTube. And today I thought it would be a good video to compare the Adidas Supernova against the Hoka Mach 6. Now hopefully you've seen both the videos that I've done on these two shoes. But if you haven't, go and check them out. They're on the channel. Now, when comparing the Mach 6 to sort of its nearest competitors, shoes that sprung to mind for me were the shoes from Adidas. Now, why is that, Fordy? Because they sort of, I don't know, they're up-tempo daily trainers. They're sort of suited for those faster miles, but they're a little bit more versatile than some of the sort of really up-tempo daily trainers. Does that make any sense? So, for example, you could quite easily plod about and do 3 or 4 miles in these without any stress, but then you could go and do, you know, your tempo run or some intervals in these shoes. And that's where I'm kind of thinking in terms of comparing them against the Mach 6. Now, if you don't know the difference between these two, basically this is the Rise and this is the Solution. This is the sort of mild stability version of the Supernova range. It's got that hard EVA heel in it. See that? And that sort of irons out as the Ride versus this one. These shoes have got the Dream Strike Plus midsole in them, which is new from Adidas. It's a soft feeling compound. I think it's a little bit Peba based in there. Fits true to size. They're about 140 pounds. I think they're a little bit cheaper at Start Fitness. They're about 10 ounces. Both fit true to size. Both of these are UK 9.5. You've got decent rubber coverage with Adi Wear, I think it's called, on the outsoles. And then you've got a good mesh upper. So yeah, there we go. Then we've got the Mach 6, which weighs 8.5 ounces, which is, I wrote it down, 241 grams. Doesn't fit true to size. This is a UK 10. If you have a slightly wide foot, you're going to need the wider version of this shoe. It's got a nice little bit of comfort around the heel, you know, not too much padding. You've got a nice lockdown. They've changed the outsole, so you've now got some rubber coverage on the outsole, which is awesome. You've got a brand new supercritical EVA foam on the midsole, which is lighter and bouncier versus the previous version. This is also 140 pounds. It's 5mm drop. I think it's about 37mm in the heel. And that's about it in terms of the stats and features for these shoes. Now for me, I think these are closely matched for some things and are miles apart for others. So for speed work, I'd rather be in the Mach 6. On the treadmill, I'd rather be on the Mach 6. For plodding about, doing sort of 3-4 miles here and there, maybe like a coach session or whatever, they're both evenly matched. Both pick up well, both feel good. You can really like set it alight, but you can also do some of the sort of recovery work and easier work that you may need to do in that session. They're both very comfortable. I think I did a 13-mile run in this shoe, but I can't remember, but I think I did and it felt all right. This for me, sort of, I wouldn't want to take this over 10 miles. And the reason simply that is because if I was going over that, I'd pick another shoe, probably the Super Blast. Yeah, they're quite evenly matched. The biggest sort of separate between the two is the weight, and it is noticeable. And purely for that, I'm going to say you buy the Mach 6 versus the Adidas Supernova. But if you've got a wide foot, then go for the Supernova. Now, I've seen some people say this is mushy, but you know what? I haven't had a problem with it. I really enjoy running in this shoe. I actually personally prefer the Supernova out of it. It's just a little bit more stable in the heel, and I am sort of here backwards when I'm taking it a little bit easier. So the Supernova suits me more than the Rise, and it is a good shoe. But you know, like I said, if you're looking at this sort of area, these sort of shoes, because that's what you fancy, then probably the Mach 6 is the one to go for. It just feels that much lighter, that much bouncier than those shoes. Okay, so it's conclusive. Like I said, buy the Mach 6 out of these guys. Like I said though, just watch your sizing with this one. So there we go, people. Let me know in the comments, what do you think the Mach 6 goes against? But yeah, let me know, how have you found it? Or have you found the Adidas shoes? Super interested to know how you found them shoes. These are good shoes from Adidas. Don't dispel these. These are good shoes, good daily trainers, versatile, can do loads. So yeah, if you're looking at Adidas shoes, then I'd recommend you check out the Supernova shoes, which you could buy at Start Fitness and use the code 40RUNS to get 10% off. You're welcome. Right guys, that's it. Thanks for sticking around to the end of this very quick video. I shall catch you all later.